Hello, Cherie Hanson here. 23rd of April, we're moving into new energy. May is going to be explosively explosive. We're on a path. You and I are on a path. They may be different paths. They may be motivated by different thoughts and wishes and history and background. But one thing we know for sure right now is that we're being asked to take control of our own reality. We cannot be in a place any longer where we let other people decide our actions, decide our opinions, decide our virtues, decide if we're good enough, who give us a grade. And I am changing around my morning routine to adapt to this. The first thing I do in the morning now is I sit silence. It's noisy out there. People all have opinions. People are all being triggered. The chaos in systems is growing and becoming more and more puzzling if we're relying on something outside of ourselves. That's why now is the time to pull in. Think of yourself as a turtle. Pull your head in, pull your feet in. Don't have your tail sticking out. Now is the time for you to sit and listen to your thoughts. And I'm finding it very interesting in the morning to start the morning with sitting silence instead of going to social media, instead of being distracted right away. It reminds me of a time when I was having a great deal of trouble and I was eating ginger snaps. I'm going to confess this. Please don't turn me in. I was eating ginger snaps to soothe myself, and I was so lost in my own despair that I fell asleep, and I woke up in the morning, and I rolled over, and I don't sleep with clothing on, and I have ginger snap crumbs all pressed into the front of my body, and I couldn't even remember eating them. It was like some kind of, opium maze or something. And it was at that time I decided maybe I need to take more charge of what I am feeling. And that's what keeps happening, is I keep coming to a stopping point where the habits that I have formed, the routine that I have engaged in, the channel I have dug to float my boat up, just takes me to being hung up on a rock. And that's what I'm feeling right now. Now is the time to not let the world tell you who you are and what you should do and how you should act, other than this one thing. Are you focused on growing into a more loving and compassionate person? Are you focused on creating habits that are healthful, supportive, calming, that make you feel content? You make you feel. Write that on your wall with spray paint, with graffiti. Nobody outside of you is making you feel anything. You are the one that makes you feel something. And that depends on who you want to be. Who do you want to be when you grow up, when you become a full adult? And for me, I am really focused on becoming less reactive, more stable in my vibration, healthier, more trusting in the universe and other people, and more owning of who I am. Not critical, not going, okay, I want to go in for personality plastic surgery. We can just take this part off and get rid of this part. We'll be perfect. And that is the sign that you are not a full adult. I know the sign. I know it so well. I can love myself when I am perfect, but short of that, I can't. So we're being challenged right now. But think of this as the Olympics. You've spent your whole life building up various types of muscle, doing certain things, but you have a chance to grow who you are right now. This is a chance. Think about who you want to be in 3 months, 6 months, in a year, and start doing the things that will create that person. How wonderful it would be if we could simply forgive other people for their wounds and their anger and the way they strike out in fear. Because it doesn't affect you if you are secure in your own fort. This is my fort. Can you see it? If you're secure in that space of yourself, you won't react. You won't fluctuate. You won't throw yourself down on the rocks and sob by the riverside. So where we are right now is we need to have a clear vision of who each of us wants to become. Sit in the silence. Write about it. Visualize it. Do whatever it takes to allow yourself to be reborn as a loving heart. We can do this. It's a little work, but we can do it. Please get a hold of me if you want a psychic channel reading. I hear, I see, I feel. I can look at your energy in your life and see exactly what will help change your life for the better, because I've been doing this with myself for 80 years and it works. And I want to say to you, subscribe, please subscribe. Thank you so much to the people who subscribe and who give a thumbs up and make a comment. Thank you. I appreciate you.